Okay, so I'm doing it again. You're back in here. Oh man. Need to pine in here. So I'm doing this again twice. So you see that my death counter become 19 now. Okay, we've got everything.
Look what I've got.
Tomat.
You'll love.
Bacon. Eat the radish. Now we are full. Okay, now I'm going back to herbalist. Okay, let's go straight to herbalist. No bandits now in here.
God save. How may I help you? Good night.
Okay,
I'm looking for a fellow who lives here, but I don't know his name. Do you know anyone with a limp?
There is one, a crooked bastard he is, too. I hope you're here to take him away. He lives in a cottage at the end of the village by the road to Rate. Take care.
okay, but what is this? Grass and herbs 3. Buy that. And also I need a part potion, by the way. We don't sell any pet potion, so I think I will make one and see if it works. We'll make that. One belladonna, one nettle, and one St. John's wort, and charcoal. I don't have charcoal. Ah, okay. Okay. So I think we were not
Let's have a
using
word about
proportion then.
price.
Naturally.
Oh, it's so expensive.
Since it's you,
That's not enough. Aye. For that amount, I can be persuaded.
Oh man. 8.4k. What's left? Okay then. So for the next main quest, we need a part potion actually to make it to pass it easily. But yeah, I guess we can do that without that. There are several ways, by the way. So yeah, we can steal what he's have, but I'm not going to do that. Now let's go to the city to do our main quest. Okay, we need to find the Imperial Bosch, so we can find him at his house.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is the house, I think. Yeah. Lot of people in here.
Move along, citizens. Move along. There's nothing to see here.
That's what you call nothing to see. I'd like to know what something to see looks like.
By the keys of St. Peter, this is all I need. We'll have to send word to Sir Hanush.
That might not be necessary.
Who are you?
I'm Henry of Skalitz, in the service of Hanush's Captain Bernard. I'm investigating the attack at Neuhof, and I think this could be related.
Well, I'm the bailiff of Auschwitz. And I say we don't want any of that kind of trouble around here. What makes you think this has anything to do with Neuhof?
One of the folk at the stud farm recognized someone from Auschwitz among the bandits.
We have no bandits or murderers around here.
Really? They say he had a limp?
Shit. Well, allow me to introduce you to Limpy Lubosh. Or all that's left of him.
Yeah.
Sakra. Nothing's ever easy. I'll have to take a look around and ask a few more questions, if that's all right with you.
You can take this mess off my hands and welcome to it. As for what else there is to find out, I don't know. But look and ask all you like.
Well, we need to investigate, right?
Who was Limpy Lubosh?
A poor crofter and a scoundrel. Can't say I'm too surprised what happened to him. He kept company with all sorts of vermin. He was always getting into some kind of trouble. Punch-ups in the tavern and what have you.
How come he limped?
He got that from some villainy or brawl a long time ago.
Has he been up to anything suspicious lately?
I don't know. The last few days he didn't go anywhere. He was home the whole time. But he always kept everyone in the village at arm's length.
Did he have any kith or kin in the village?
None. A loner he was. I don't know the last time I saw him with anyone.
Do you happen to know where he was on the night of the Neuhof raid?
I've no idea. He kept his distance from other folk, so you never knew if he was away or holed up at home.
Another thing about Lubosh. When did you find the body? And did anyone see anything?
Just now, and nobody saw or heard anything. I don't know how they could gut him like that without someone hearing him scream.
Okay, skip the read question. We will need to ask
Good
the
day to
villager
you.
what happened.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Leipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
Of course. Ask away.
That man Lubosh who was murdered, what was he like?
He was a drunk who was always looking for a fight. Nobody liked him much, but I wouldn't wish an end like that on any man.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Well, now I think of it, I hadn't seen him around for a while. No idea where he was skulking.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
Not a clue.
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with, relatives or friends?
He was a loner. He didn't even have any mates in the tavern.
That's all. Thank you.
Okay, let's find out from anyone else. Cherry Master.
Good health to you.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Leipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
Sir Hanush gives a job like that to a young fellow like you? Well, what do I care? Ask.
That man Lubosh who was murdered, what was he like?
He was a strange one. Always drinking, bad-tempered. Lord knows how he made a living. Well, maybe now I've got an idea or two.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
I didn't see much of him lately, not even in the tavern. Not till yesterday in church, as it happens.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
I don't think he was home at all. Wait, are you saying he... Jesus.
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with, relatives or friends?
I really don't know. As far as I know, he had no kin. I never saw him with anyone.
That's all. Thank you.
Farewell.
God save you. What can I do for you?
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Leipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
I don't know nothing about it, but ask all you want.
That man Lubosh who was murdered, what was he like?
I didn't really know him. He kept to himself, even in the tavern.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Come to think of it, he was in church yesterday. He was even talking to the priest and went to confession. I was wondering what he was up to take to the faith all of a sudden. But I suppose no sin's too dark for God's mercy.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
I was coming from the tavern very late that night, and I caught a glimpse of someone entering the village. He looked like he was in a hurry. It was only a shadow against the sky, but after what happened, I wouldn't wonder.
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with, relatives or friends?
Not with anyone from the village. He used to sit in the tavern next to us sometimes, but he never said much.
That's all. Thank you.
Take care now.
Marush.
God watch over you, good knight, especially in these dark times. Can I do something for you?
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Leipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof.
We don't need to
Now a
talk to
murder
all
here
of them,
as
by
well.
the way.
Can I ask you a few questions?
Some will say the same
I don't know how I
thing.
can help you, but ask if you must.
Who was this Lubosh who was murdered?
You could see at first glance he was no good. I kept well out of his way.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
There wasn't sight or sound of him for a long time, and then yesterday he turned up at the church and even talked to the parish priest. I never saw him do that before. Probably had a bad conscience.
Do you know what Lubosch was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
I don't think he was home. I didn't see him all day.
Do you know who Lubosch used to spend time with? Kin or friends?
As far as I know, he had nobody at all in this world.
That's all. Thank you.
Okay, so everyone will say the same. And the important thing is just
God, you look like you've been
give us a clue
assaulted.
that he has go to the priest.
I've come in the name of Sahanish of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
Ask away.
Who was this Lubosch who was murdered?
He was a drunkard and a beast. And lazy, too. Idle hands are the devil's tools.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
The only thing seemed suspicious was how a rogue like him suddenly started going to church. Now I see why, of course.
Do you know what Lubosch was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
What do I care about that scoundrel? I was glad he stayed out of my way.
Do you know who Lubosch used to spend time with? Kin or friends?
He was always a loner. Except lately he started talking to the parish priest of all people.
That's all. Thank you.
Go to the parish priest. Parish
luck,
priest.
God save you. What can I do for you?
Yeah, so with no white
God be
dialogue, that means they will talking about the same thing.
My humble greetings. How may I help you?
Let's find the one that
Goodbye.
have white dialogue.
Good morning.
I've come in the name of Sahanish of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
Ask all you want, lad.
Who was this Lubosch who was murdered?
Those that live by the sword die by the sword. I'm not surprised the end he came to.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Everything about him was suspicious. I always gave him a wide berth.
Do you know what Lubosch was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
How would I know?
Do you know who Lubosch used to spend time with? Kin or friends?
I don't know, since I don't go to alehouses.
That's all. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Okay. No dialogues. Mash.
I'm honored that you should come to me.
Take care now.
Nothing new dialogue.
God save you. What can I do for you?
No new dialogues.
God save. How may I help you? Good night.
Nothing new.
Mother of God! You look like you've been assaulted. Good luck then.
Nothing new. Hey Joseph, where are you going?
I hope I can be of some humble service to you.
Yeah,
care
nothing
now.
new. So now time to investigate inside. Damn.
An inscription in blood. It's a pity I don't know how to read. Looks like they wanted to give someone a warning. But who? And a bandit who knows how to write isn't something you see every day. What's this? Looks like someone's hit him very hard on the head. Could they have bludgeoned him to death and then gutted him? That would explain why he didn't scream. Lord above, they did a hell of a job on him. Must have been agony. How come no one heard anything?
And if we investigate here, we can find Gambison.
Armour? Well, it seems Lubosch wasn't your everyday crofter. And judging by the bloodstains, it looks like he lived the way he died.
Ah, we can still rob.
Nothing here. A bed. A bed.
Nothing new. Is that here also nothing new? So let's talk to Bailiff again.
God be with you.
Another thing about Lubosh. I found armor in his house, covered in blood.
God preserve us. Everyone knows he was a violent oaf, but I never thought he'd stoop to murder. At least he never did that here. May the Lord watch over you.
Okay. Our next clue is to talk to the parish priest. Anyone who already played this know who is that? It's Father Godwin. And since I can't persuade him, I don't have any persuasion, so... thief. Okay.
Thief! Thief!
Let's help him.
Yeah.
Learn how to ride a horse, idiot!
Stop him, someone!
Okay. Now he will fight. Let's see the fight. Who win?
Here, Urtka.
Okay, let's help him.
You know how this ends.
Okay.
You showed him. Thank you, that thieving magpie. You can't trust anyone these days. And just so you know, I'm no pinch purse. Here's a small reward.
Thanks.
Just take the money. You don't have anything.
Heal.
Okay, I will make Matt to heal.
Here.
Sometimes it will, if it's free, it will bug and start to attack villager and will make us to go to jail.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, our clue is to the parish priest. He's in here. Practice a sword. Look at that. Okay, so I have speech 7, right? So to persuade him, we need at least maybe 15 speech. So I don't have that. So we will fail to persuade him. But it's fine.
I see you know how to wield a sword, Father. I wouldn't have expected that from a man of the cloth.
With a stick. I practiced with a stick. Reminder of my youth and days gone by, and it helps keep me in good form.
The blessings of our good Lord be with you, Father.
other dialogue
I'm here
will
in the name
be
of
go to the
Sahanish of
side
Lipa,
quest, so I
investigating the
will
massacre at
focus on
Neuhof,
main
which seems to
quest
be
in here.
connected to a murder here. Can I ask you a few questions?
It seems Sir Hanush is employing children as investigators. But ask as you wish, boy. I hope this nasty business will be cleared up quickly.
Did you know Lubosh? What was he like?
Bit of a lost soul. Simple, rough fellow, but at heart I don't think he was such a bad person.
Did you notice anything suspicious recently?
My child, all sorts of suspicious things have been going on recently. People like Lubosh don't know what to do about it, and sometimes they do stupid things.
That's really not a lot of help to me, Father.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing on the day Neuhof was raided?
Unfortunately, I do know. And I'd like to help you with your investigation, but I can't.
What?
I'm bound by certain vows that forbid me to tell you.
Vows more important than catching dangerous murderers?
There are laws of God above the laws of man, son. And one of those is the sanctity of the confessional.
Father, surely you can't be serious. There must be situations in which you can make an exception.
There are things that apply always, no matter what the circumstances, and this is one of them.
Okay, we need speech level 15, so we can do that. So we can... This is the... If we can persuade him, it will be... pass, because it will clear immediately the quest. So because we don't have enough skill in here, so let's do it intimidation.
I've got no time for this. You might be happy to put people's lives at risk, but I refuse to, and I'll get that confession out of you by force if I have to.
You're threatening me.
Fail.
You want to fight me? Well, I never. Well, why not? Let's have at it.
Okay, we need to fight with him.
Let's do it.
This is so fun.
May the Lord watch over
We
you.
fight with Father Godwin. Okay.
Well, I have to admit you're good. I'm getting too old for this. Either way, if you think you'll get confessional secrets out of me with your fists, you're badly mistaken, boy. You can hammer me to death if you like, but the sanctity of the confession is unbreakable. I do want to help you, though. So come to the tavern in the evening, and maybe we'll come up with something.
Okay. No, we need to find him in the tavern later in the evening. Now he will sleep. Okay, so there is something that we can take in here. Tavern life 3, steal it. And then okay, we need to wait until evening at 7 p.m. or 19 o'clock. So I'll take that a bed in here.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Can I sleep here?
Aye, there's room here. For how long?
How about if I pay you for several nights?
Sure, but let's see your coin first. These are harsh times.
That's quite a lot. Can we discuss the price? Are we agreed?
I'd almost shake on that. Almost. You'll like it here. Like sleeping on a cloud it is. God be with you.
Okay, so we have new home. We can stay in here. Should I put it in the trunks? I can just sell it immediately though. We don't really need them. Yeah, I will not do that. So for now, let's see if I stay at 719. Eat the carrot. Before they get rotten. The bacon. Yeah, I will give it to Matt. Okay, he should be around here.
Look what I've got.
Okay, he's walking now. He's walking to the tavern. Let's wait for him.
Ale for me.
Good fella. That's my boy.
Okay, wash. Let's talk to Father Godwin then.
I'm sorry I can't tell you everything. But maybe we can work something out. But first I'd like to hear something about you, my son. With whom do I have
So
the
in here
honor?
is very
Where are you
easy.
from?
You just need to pick the first option all the time.
Oh, I'm sorry. What about your kin?
They're dead.
Yeah, give me.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Here, enjoy.
Here, we'll drink to them. It must have been terrible.
It was terrible.
Here.
It seemed so pointless. We had no warning. They just appeared and began the slaughter. God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. My parents, my girl, even the Deutsch who was on Sigismund's side. I didn't make it to the castle.
Pour me one.
I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could do. Then I fled to Talmberg with the Cumans on my heels. They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There was a pile of bodies in front of the church in Rovna. Folk who tried to take refuge there, but they...
My poor child. May God grant them eternal rest. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hanish to send that old grouch, Bernard.
He did, but I found a witness and the trail led here to Uzhitz, so he sent me here to follow it up.
Ah, well, congratulations. It's nice to see someone using their head to find things out instead of torture. We'll have to drink to that. Now the most important thing. What actually happened at Noyo? The good folks hereabout are saying all kinds of terrible things, but I take most of it with a pinch of salt.
The rumours aren't exaggerated this time, unfortunately. The Neuhoff stud farm was raided by bandits,
Pull me an
but they
ale.
didn't come to pillage or even take the horses. They only wanted to kill. They maimed the horses and slaughtered some people. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarrelled among themselves and broke off the attack. Judging by what's left of our Lubosh, they're still settling accounts.
I see it's every bit as bad as people claimed. Dreadful. Well then, here's to those poor souls who had to die so pointlessly and so terribly.
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father. You don't look much like our parish priest at home. I noticed you're pretty handy with a sword. I wouldn't expect that of a man of the cloth.
You know what they say. The Lord moves in mysterious ways.
But this is a bit more mysterious than others.
Let's just say I haven't always been a priest. Fate led me to places where affairs were settled by force. These days, of course, it's just a bit of exercise to keep me in shape.
Well, we've had an agreeable chat, but now let's get down to business. So, about this confessional seal. Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions because if you do it once, you'll forever be tempted to do it again. If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone, and that's worse than even the most hideous crime.
I understand, but that means I've reached a dead end. Those cutthroats will strike again, and I can't stop them.
Chin up, lad. I might have a solution.
What?
If I tell you what Lubosh told me, I'd be betraying the confessional secret. But, first thing tomorrow, I'll try something I think might help you.
Word of honor?
On my soul.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation. Where on earth do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Uzhitz isn't Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained, too. If I only read from the Bible, I'd soon be preaching to an empty church.
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard. So what do you preach to your flock about?
It has to be something topical. Condemning vices. And, of course, describing them in detail. The tongue-lashing about the two popes goes down well these days. And stories from real life, with a nice moral to them, are popular as well. Especially if they're about fornication and similar scandalous vices.
Can you give me an example?
Well, recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus started preaching in Prague, in the Czech language, and the people liked it. I hear he always has a full house. A journeyman who heard him told me what Hus is preaching, and I like the sound of it. I'm thinking about putting it in my own repertoire.
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church. The lamentable wealth in which the church is drowning has turned to poison. And nearly the whole of Christendom is contaminated. Just like a flock of hungry ravens, they settled on this land to devour every grain of gold and silver. They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by longing for wealth, and they shamelessly profit from everything. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolution. What if the devil himself were to pay? Would he ascend to heaven too? With such money gained from the poor, they buy beautiful horses to ride and needless servants to pamper them. They gamble at dice and dress their whores in expensive furs, while Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had no place to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too. Amen.
Well, this Jan Hus character is quite a rebel.
Oh, the congregation will love it.
I don't doubt it.
I've only got
Cheers. Let's drink to that.
Funny.
As you wish.
That last bit reminds me of someone.
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Huth preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are robbing the poor. Look at me. I don't have a pot to piss in. I'm no better off than the folk I preach to. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles them. I drink with them and curse those stuffed habits in Sasau Monastery.
Don't you think it's a bit odd when someone boozes and lives in sin with a woman and then criticises the Pope for debauchery?
No, I don't.
What do you think of this Jan Hus?
He's certainly a wise man. A little overzealous for my taste. If he got out of Prague and came here for a look, I'm sure he'd stop condemning drinking and lying with women.
Where can I find out more about his teachings?
You like it? I copied down some of his sermons. If you're interested, you can read them at my presbytery.
What do the common folk think of it?
They like it. They're happy to hear someone say what they think themselves, but are afraid to say aloud. Things that make them angry. And they're calling for change. In a few years, it'll have grown beyond control. You mark my words, the people will rise up, and the church will be shaken to its very foundations.
Yeah, unless they burn him at the stake first.
Nonsense. They can't burn a master of the most respected university in Europe.
Thanks for the sermon, but I think I've been morally uplifted enough. Oh, it's getting quite late. What are your plans, Father?
What do you suppose? We have a drink, of course.
Enjoy.
Okay, now we have two options. If we drink with him, then we cannot be virgin anymore. But it's the great solution though. We will see what happens. That's a good plan.
That sounds like a good plan.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Be right back with that.
Przyszła bida mora lat, to nie ustoi żadnej chlap. Na kraj padną dziesięć smutek, do mnie loi rano utek, niech już małżeński majstrat, do wczera żylne staje brak. Już tej boi słaby murzyn, nie chciał ich wejmie i kuczy, ale to jedno, a ta synowy jedno, może ten psychubi jako poslední den. Budny słaby, a do rana słaby, na tak ty falsuby, a poza celý sen, tak postaň se sen, a ty pal jeden. Ukaž kozy jako kozy, zejtra jen tu jsou nejdem, tak ďalej mi hned, a kočí se zvěd. Ty dneska vůbec nikdo neví, za co zítra Ježíši, a není to na
Enough of this. Bailiff, come on over here, sit down and have a drink with us.
Don't vex me again, Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long gone.
So what?
So, I'll have you all whipped and put in the stocks, and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can ride is me.
Enough! Men, throw them out.
Oh. You looking for a fight? Henry, back me up.
And here we go. Need to fight.
Here you are. And good health. I'll bring it right away.
We need to fight up with the bailiff. Oh man.
Watch the step, my dears. Careful, you don't hurt yourself.
Godwin, you're a buffoon.
at this beauty.
Oh. We can't do this, can we?
Who says? Get ringing, wench.
This is wonderful.
Ah, bloody oath. And now, my dears, comes the climax of the evening.
Godwin, you old goat.
Come here. Oh.
The priest has mounted up. What do you say, Henry? Shall we take a little ride of our own?
Well, I have to say that was a fine evening.
Godwin, you beast! Get up! Do you hear me? Wake up, you drunkards!
Oh, fucking hell. Where the... Oh, what the... Oh, who the hell are you? Oh, Henry. My great friend, Henry. Didn't we have a wonderful time?
Well, you certainly did, you old lecher. Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time. There's some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
Oh, step on in my head. My guts. Oh, my poor suffering stomach. What was that woman on about? Before my flock eats me alive. I've forgotten something. What have I forgotten?
Where the fuck am I?
What the fuck was it? Oh. Mass! Oh shit, I have to say mass. I gotta say mass. You have to help me.
How? You're the priest.
I can't do it in this state. Maybe the liturgy. But I have to give a sermon as well. Oh, this is a disaster. They're gonna excommunicate me.
I'd like to help you, but...
You can. You can do the sermon for me.
What? So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated. Then I drunkenly keep the whole town up all night. And now you want me to preach at them from the pulpit? Do you want them to burn us at the stake?
No. No, I've got it. Suppose that Sir Ratzig's protege. You just came from studying in Prague. And you want to share the words of Master Jan Hus, who you recently heard preaching there. Henry, look, from what I remember, we might have overdone it a bit last night. And if the bailiff or someone else complains about me, the bishop's gonna have my guts for garters. So I'd appreciate it. Stop gaping at me like a stuffed squirrel and start helping.
You're mad. You're stark raving mad.
I'm not. It's a perfect plan. It's flawless. Oh! How about this? If you help me with this, I'll tell you who Lubosh's cronies are.
There you go.
So all at once the confessional seal isn't so sacred?
Don't mock me. I won't give you a second chance.
We'll never get away with it.
Not if you make a hash of it.
Well, all right. But I can't make any promises about what'll happen.
No, neither can I.
What do you want me to do exactly?
I'll go and start the liturgy. Then I'll introduce you. You give the sermon I told you yesterday in the tavern, and that's that. No need to drag it out. If it turns out well, I'll tell you what I know about Lubos.
Christ almighty. Fine then. We have a deal.
Wonderful. Let's get to it then.
Okay. And in here we need to equip better armor. Boost our charisma here. Okay, let's go with this. We can get the book in here if we can read, but I can't read now.
What's the matter with you? We have to start math.
Oh man, we are still drunk. No way we can read it because it's random. Random word in there.
I thought he'd never show up. The swill pole.
Look at him. He can hardly walk after his capers last night.
You were with them, you beast. Just you wait.
Look at him. Mother of God, any minute now he'll throw up.
So I couldn't sleep a wink last night with all that clamor.
In nomine Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Accepit panem in sanctas at venerabiles a manus suas. Hoc facite in meam commemorationem. Brothers and sisters, you may have had the honor of meeting Henry from Skalitz, who is here at the behest of Sir Hanush to investigate that heinous crime at Neuhof. You might not know that Henry recently visited Prague, where by the grace of God was able to hear Master Jan Hus from the esteemed Charles University preaching. I've managed to persuade Henry to stand here today in my stead and tell us what he heard. Because, as you all probably know, Jan Hus is a very popular preacher in Prague. So, Henry, you may begin.
Now I'm curious which one of them will puke first.
Which one of them will pick first? Okay. Now, let's go.
Greetings, brothers and sisters in Christ. I am here to tell you about Mother Church and to show you through my words how she is falling into decay and abandon. How the once great mother of all Christians is losing her dignity and trading in souls like the merchants in the temple. But I am digressing.
That boy has a cheek.
Creation has given to every man the power by which he might rule the whole world. But that power does not give him the right to rule. That right belongs to God alone. It is the corruption of God's pastors here on earth that has brought misfortune on our heads. Plague, enemies, injustice, hunger and chaos, failed harvests, fires, floods and other catastrophes. The accursed wealth that the church is drowning in is poisoning almost the whole of Christendom. When dogs are fighting over a bone, take the bone and they will stop. Just like the flock of ravens that has descended on this land to peck up every speck of gold and silver. They show no mercy. Their hearts are poisoned by covetousness. They trade everything. Everything is for sale. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay, and you will have absolution. And the prelates sin and give themselves absolution.
For shame! Shame upon them!
It is the custom of the gluttonous prelates and monks to preach against sin. But what do they know of us ordinary folk? Let us remember the marriage at Cana, where our Lord Jesus Christ himself feasted with the other guests and drank his fill. And when the wine was gone, he performed a miracle and created more. He, whose companions were poor travellers, simple folk, prostitutes and troublemakers, performed a miracle so the feast could continue.
Now that's the kind of sermon I like to hear.
No, brothers and sisters. Jesus did not condemn alcohol. Drink to lighten the cross you bear in this vale of tears, but not with such abandon that you cannot keep holy the Sabbath. For there should be moderation in all things, and it is not drinking itself that is sinful, but intemperance and beastly indulgence.
He's right!
Enough about sin, which the prelates are so fond of preaching about, and whose absolution they promise if you pay enough coin to Mother Church. What if the devil himself were to pay? Will the bishops tell us he too would ascend to heaven? And what about those bishops? They sin without remorse, and with the money grasped from the poor for indulgences, they keep fine horses and hordes of servants to pamper them. They play dice and garb their mistresses in expensive furs, while Christ, the Lamb of God, walked barefoot and had nowhere to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too.
Down with the prelates! Away with them!
We're fortunate to have our good father Godwin! At least he's a fair and simple man.
God sees what is happening on earth, and he is filled with righteous wrath that those who should seek the salvation of souls instead seek mammon and the idle comfort of lucrative posts. Blessed are the shepherds who share the poverty of their flock, who are as one with you and bear with you the burden of this earthly pilgrimage, who do not condemn your venial sins.
Aye, all honour to Godwin. Let him drink like one of us.
That is all I heard in Prague. Amen.
The lad spoke well, considering what a soak he is.
He's right, that was.
The young man shouldn't drink so much, but the Lord's given him a silver tongue.
I don't suppose I'll ever get to Prague, and he told it nicely.
Okay, so we pass it.
Well, well, my boy, you have talent, and I can't deny it. And you pulled a thorn from my side. I almost didn't make it.
Yeah, I noticed. I wasn't the only one.
Oh, what's to be done? I'll make it up somehow.
So,
About our bargain.
Although it's a sin.
So's gluttony. And fornication.
God does forgive a penitent.
So, what did Limpy Lubos tell you? Was he at Neuhof that day? Who was with him? And where are they now?
Now slow down. I'm sorry, but he didn't tell me that much.
Don't let me down after all I've been through. For you?
Well, now Lubos came to me shortly after it happened. His conscience was gnawing at him. And I must say, in the end, he turned out to be a better man than he looked. He said they'd been hired through some crony of theirs. And at first they were just to steal some horses. But then it all turned sour and people started getting killed. And neither he nor his cronies wanted anything to do with that. So they fell out from the gang and fled.
Fell out? Yeah, there was a body found in the woods by Neuhof.
That would explain something. Lubos kept jabbering that he wasn't a murderer, that he didn't want to do it.
So I know that Lubos killed the murderer and he's dead too. The trouble is, I need to find the ones who are still alive. I need names and places. Did he mention any of the others?
Only nicknames. Talked about some fella called Riki from Ledechko. Pius, Timmy.
Pius. That lot are about as pious as I am ordained.
Nonsense. You would make an excellent priest. And anyhow, with your skills, you ought to be able to sniff out this Riki from Ledechko, right?
Well, we'll have to now. There's not much else to go on. Let's hope he's not hanging from the wall, too.
Indeed. And I'd hate to be excommunicated for nothing. Anyhow, good luck. You watch out for yourself. These people clearly mean business. And I'd like to raise a tankard with you again sometime.
Yeah, I'll try. Although I'm not sure I'd survive another night of your debauchery.
And if anyone should ask, you heard nothing from me. I'll deny everything.
I don't doubt it.
And we are done with Mysterious Ways. Now our next clue is going back to Ledechko to track down Riki. But before that, I want to do a fist fight around this area.
Yeah.
To trigger fist fight at activity in here, we need to find a fisherman. I'm still drunk.
I hope I can be of some humble service to you.
Do you know anything about local brawlers?
Why do you ask?
I like a good punch up myself, so I'm keen on meeting like-minded fellows.
Then you're in luck, because I'm in charge of all the fights here. You want to join in right now? Or have you any questions?
What are the rules?
Nothing complicated. Don't you worry. First thing, no weapons. Try that once, and you're finished. Second, you can't walk away. Jump the fence, and that's the end. You lose.
How does it work?
Easy. You come to the others and challenge them. Wager against each other, and if you win, you get your stake back, plus the same again from the fellow you beat.
I like the sound of that.
Don't get carried away, though. If you beat someone and then challenge him again, you won't be too keen on betting. Understand?
I want to fight.
Well, if you're as good as you are keen, it'll surely be interesting. But before the two of us start brawling, you have to beat the others.
Who are they? Where can I find them?
Lads from Uzhitz. Mash, Maple, and Ma. Joseph.
Mash, Maple, and Yosef.
First, you have to show what you're made of. I ain't gonna bother with some greenhorn.
Okay. Can
I
we
want to
train?
get better at fist fighting.
Certainly.
I'd like to practice the basics.
All right, but it'll cost you.
Isn't that quite a lot? Since it's you.
Come now. Just a little more, and we have a deal. Agreed. Now listen up. Take care.
Oh, nice. Increase the combat. Yeah, only level 4 unarmed. It's okay. So now we need to beat Mash, Maple, and Ma Yosef.
Yeah.
Okay, let's find them. You can find yourself. We need to find Yosef first, I think. Let's see. Yosef, yeah, he's in here. Down there, I think. This one.
Who's Jesus?
Yeah, this is Yosef.
God be with you. The fisherman told me you'd be up for a brawl. Is it true?
Aye, if you've a mind to. God be with you.
Nice. What you have? Oh, this is nice. I'll take that. I think I need to drink marigold. Hit that. I'm so drunk right now. Yeah, it's removed the hangover. Okay. Now let's find Maple.
Yeah.
Maple is the one that on the other side. Yeah.
I'm honored that a knight such as you takes an interest in me.
Are you one of the local pugilists? The fisherman told me you weren't averse to a bit of friendly violence.
I'm glad you showed up. It's been as dull as hell here. Joseph doesn't talk much and the fisherman is, well, slippery as a fish. Oh, missed.
Right. You don't have anything useful. It's all stolen, by the way. Okay, the last one is mash.
Yeah.
Joseph. Mash should be around here though. Okay, where is he? To the other side. Okay, that's Mash.
God bless. Can I help you?
The fisherman sent me to you. Said you'd be up for a brawl.
Is that so? Well, we haven't had any new blood here for a while. But if you want an easier scrap, you should go to Maple or Joseph. I don't like to blow my own trumpet, but I'm damn good. Either way, you'll wager a few groschen, right? God be with you.
Okay. I've got another level. Nice. Nothing important. Just some food. Okay, now then the last will be the fisherman. You can find him here.
I want to get better at fist fighting.
Certainly.
I'm already level 5, right?
I'm interested in more advanced techniques.
All right, but
Yep.
it'll cost you.
Isn't that quite a lot? What do you say to this?
I'd almost shake on that. Almost. Agreed. Now listen up. Farewell.
Let's fight.
All right. Good. You put on a pretty good show. Let's spice it up with a few groschen, eh? Farewell. Over here. Ow. No curva.
Okay. Nice. And we've got Agile as Whistle 1, the book. For agility. Take all of this money. Damn, 200 groschen. Alright. That's the end of this fight. The activity. We can eat this and that. Okay. Now for our next main quest, we need to go to Let's Go.
Yeah.
Okay, to go to the Let's Go fast. Then we go here. From Tamberg, eh?
Yeah.
I know that we can go through here. If I still remember, because there is a shortcut to do this fast.
Yeah.
This is the charcoal burner, I think.
Yeah.
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 This is charcoal burner where we find Timmy. I mean Ginger. So then we can go through here. Wait. This is the Ginger. That means I need to go through. Okay. Different road then. Okay, follow this road. Is this going to the inn in the crate, I think? Yeah, this will bring us to the inn in the glade.
Yeah.
So if I go through here, should be it to the windmill.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the burnt out farm. The burnt out farm is here. Yeah, just need to follow here down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we are at Let's go. And we need to find Ricky. And we will do that in the next video. Oh, I've got stutter in here. So the stutter is because the game is trying to put the texture into VRAM and also the RAM. So yeah, I think I will end the video in here, and we will continue this in the next video. While I'm offline, I will go back to Ratai and sell off the loot if I can. So see you next time.